arrested that
Come
to idiotic politicians who.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all praises and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash, double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Peace to the elect, scattered, whether abroad or here in Babylon the Great, doing this work in all sincerity, diligently. We are all, no matter where we are, teaching this word equally, uh, putting our life on the line and our livelihoods on the line. All right. Once you come into this truth, really, it's no way out. You can try to ignore it if you want. Esau knows. Esau knows who you are. Esau knows what you do. That's why you'll see most people switch up their stance on the truth. All right. You have people like Vocab Malone, Vocab No Class Malone, who who's going to ultimately Haman, all right, and he's going to ultimately, when things hit the fan, he's going to attempt to come around to camps, all right, and to individuals who are Hebrew Israelites and still ask them questions, all right, as things are heating up. We see that Vocab Malone is he's still asking the same questions, which it's now and the Spirit said that he was Haman. All right, he may also be Pilate. All right, Pontius Pilate. All right, or one of the Herods. Okay, or one of the Herods. Okay, he wants to come and when things really start heating up and he's going to come to camps or do videos, and a lot of these individuals are what is the ex Sakari members, Hassad and Hakah. All right, they're going to try to do the same thing. Okay, they're going to say that they were fooled, okay, into teaching this truth. They weren't with it, okay, and they're going to do videos to try to separate and distance themselves once this devil comes with these accusations that they're going to come with. Okay, get ready, because that ball is about to roll. All right, the accusations are going to fly. The fingers are going to be pointed at this truth, to the point to where this truth is going to be hated. It's already hated, man. Listen, they already, okay, and it's it's something, men who push this word, okay, men who are in the spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash, men who are in that spirit are hated by the people of the world and in the world. Okay, they're despised by the people of the world and in the world. There's no break in that. Men, are leaving, are thinking that they're leaving the truth to, go and be a part of the world. Okay. And I got a lesson, but the Spirit is pushing me in this direction right now. All right. To say this, but men are chasing the world. Okay. Chasing things and people in the world. And the thing is, it's hopeless. Okay. You're going to end up having to, if you're going to, leave the Lord, you're going to ultimately, and you still won't, okay, but just be a worldly person, all right, in which the Lord is not even going to let you do that, okay. You're just going to be, pretty much, I don't know what to say, man. You're just going to be out there, all right. You're not going to be of the world, because the people who are of the world were designated to be of the world. That's why in Corinthians, it says, there's a scripture that says that the believing husband shall save the believing wife, and the believing wife shall save the believing husband. But there's also a scripture, roughly paraphrasing, that says that you won't be able to save your let me see if I can find that real quick, and I want to play this video for you real quick and let you get that.
Force those rules. Arrested that mom for watching a football game with her own family outside. When that story broke, I said to myself, I cannot stand idly on the side and watch this happen. It was about 6 years ago today that I decided I'm going to give up my businesses, sell them all, run for office, run for the United States Senate. Here I am sitting in front of you 6 years later saying, who the fuck do you think you were for doing that? It is a total disgrace what you did to this country. And if my Democrat colleagues are standing there defending you, I hope the voters of the United States of America watch the clips of every one of you doting on a guy who was more interested in being a celebrity than saving American people. To idiotic politicians who enforce those rules, arrested that mom for watching a football game with her own family outside. When that story broke, I said to myself, I cannot stand idly on the side and watch this happen. It was about 6 years ago today that I decided I'm going to give up my businesses, sell them all, run for office, run for the United States Senate. Here I am sitting in front of you 6 years later saying, who the fuck do you think you were for doing that? It is a total disgrace what you did to this country. And if my Democrat colleagues are standing there defending you, I hope the voters of the United States of America watch the clips of every one of you doting on a guy who was more interested in being a celebrity than saving American people. To idiotic politicians who enforce those rules, arrested that mom for watching a football game with her own family outside. When that story broke, I said to myself, I cannot stand idly on the side and watch this happen. It was about 6 years ago today that I decided I'm going to give up my businesses, sell them all, run for office, run for the United States Senate. Here I am sitting in front of you 6 years later saying, who the fuck do you think you were for doing that? It is a total disgrace what you did to this country. And if my Democrat colleagues are standing there defending you, I hope the voters of the United States of America watch the clips of every one of you doting on a guy who was more interested in being a celebrity.
All right, and here it is. As the scripture says, if if Satan's kingdom, if Satan be against Satan, then his kingdom shall not stand. And this place America is total is done for, man. All right, it's now it's going to be a joke. But let me get this scripture. This is 1 Corinthians 7 and 16. We'll start at 15. All right, it says, but if the unbelieving depart, let him depart. A brother or a sister is not under bondage in such cases. Okay. But Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, hath called us to peace. All right. And, again, hey, they're going, we don't teach everybody that they're an Israel, we teach everybody that they're an Israelite, but, a lot of times in your relationships, just telling people that, you're an Israelite, that they're an Israelite, trying to, they're going to go against this thing. All right. They're going to be against it. Okay. They don't want to hear, especially these women nowadays. They don't want to hear that the black man is God. Okay. These men with with gelatin for spines. Okay. They're gonna do whatever they can do, and this has always been the case. These weak ass mama's boys. All right. They're gonna do whatever it is to please these women. Okay. They're not going to back down, or that, they're going to do whatever it takes to please the woman. All right. And that's why the black woman is able to destroy the so-called black man. See, the black man wants to know what's the problem in this community. It's the so-called black woman. Okay. That's the problem. You look at any movie, look at the movie with New Jack City. All right. Now, Nino and G Money would have been perfect. All right. Even though, G Money started getting a drug habit. All right. What really made them fall out. Okay. That $1 million business. Okay. That they had going was taken under by a woman. All right. By that of a skeezer. Okay, a skeezer. All right. Jake can't control himself, man. Okay. And a man with that power, with that type of power, he could have had any woman. And that's the thing. Man, I look at the world, man. I could have any woman that I want. All right. What the fuck am I going to get the next dude woman, man? Okay. What the fuck sense does it? It has to be some type of, sickness or, it's something, man. Okay. But it's wickedness. It's because Jake is set up to be destroyed. 2/3 of our people. Okay. So, verse 16, where was I? Verse 16 says, for what knowest thou, O wife, whether thou shalt save thy husband? Okay. Or how knowest thou, O man, whether thou shalt save thy wife? Okay. But as Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has distributed to every man as the Lord hath called, okay, everyone, so let him walk, and so ordain I in all churches. All right. So, a lot of times, hey, you're not gonna save that woman, or you may be dealing with a chick, and you may man, this the chick that I'm gonna go to the kingdom with. No, you're not. No, you're not. And You know, she deep in her heart, she, you know, and a lot of these
Who
chicks
the
are really,
fuck do you think you
a lot of these chicks are really
been
against you,
saving
Jakes,
American
man.
people?
All right, a lot of these chicks are really against you, Jakes, in the truth. All right, we got to understand that, man. I mean, you know, a woman don't want to see. You know, a lot of these women deal with low self-esteem. You remember when you were in grammar school? You used to, you know, I remember when I was in grammar school, man. You know, I used to crack jokes. Okay, we all crack jokes, all right. But you know, if a girl ever, you know, said something, then you crack jokes, or you know, you crack jokes on her, man, so bad, right? She had to go get a brother, get a parent or something, you know. So, you know, a lot of these women suffer from low self-esteem. Uh, they're the result of you know, single parent generation. You know, the grandmama was a single parent. You know, the great grandmama was a single parent. You know, she may be the first one in the whole family to have a car since the great grandmama. Okay, or for, you know, you never people. You know, Jake pretend, okay, that everything is all right, man, and it's not. Okay, Jake throw on some, you know, some Louis Vuitton. They do what they do to get some Louis Vuitton or get some, and then, you know, like that erases the pain that's going on within them. They throw on a weave, a wig, some fake eyelashes, like that erases the pain that's going on within them, and it doesn't. So you need Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, to erase the pain, to get that extra skin off that heart, to you know, to circumcise that heart, man. Okay? Esau is not going to do it. Esau was done. Okay? Esau is done. The gig is up, man. Okay? Let me see. Let me get this scripture. And I got to get ready to go. I got to get ready to go. See if I can find it. Okay, so I don't see where it said it was Satan, be against Satan. All right, but nonetheless, all right, the lies are coming out. Esau's tongue is falling against, you know, falling on himself. Okay, let me get another scripture. All right, this is Isaiah 13 and 19. It says, "In Babylon," okay, America, okay, you could just put America there, all right, because this is talking about America, okay. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, because America is the glory of all the countries in the world, okay. Everyone wants to come to America, all right, like Hakeem, all right. Says the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency. Yeah. Okay. Back in the ancient time, the Chaldeans were the scientists, okay, innovators, all right. They were cutting edge as far as technology and knowledge, all right, and that's America. They're on the cutting edge of all these things, all right. Science, technology, they created, you know, split the atom. Okay, it, you know, and doing other things. Okay, it says, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, so during the time of Sodom and Gomorrah, you had what? You had the men, okay, and women. They were all weird as hell, man. They were running around with their septum nose rings, all right, nose piercings. They were freaking each other, freaking everything that moved, all right, lying, deceiving, okay, unrighteous, full of wickedness, all right. You couldn't tell the men from the women, or the women from the men, okay. And that's the same thing that's going to happen here in America. That's the same thing that's happening now. I have a series called The Last Days, all right? And this is not going to be a part of The Last Days, all right, series. But, hey, man. Hey, this senator, okay, he was pissed off, man. People, and ultimately, this lie that they told was set up towards Jake. It was set up for you Israelites, man, to get rid of you. All right? They set this whole thing up so that you could take the jump. Okay? So you could take the jump. And they think, Esau thinks it's funny. He thinks it's funny. And what did he use? He used your jobs. Okay? If you work the damn job, and Jake, Belly, you're the last ones hired, the first fired. All right? Last hired, first fired. So you really need your job. Most of you are in debt. So what did he say? What did Sleepy Joe? What did he say? He said, listen, you can't even work a job. Ain't that something? You can't feed your family unless you take the jab. And you think that, listen, man, you think they're not going to do that again? You think they're not going to do that again, man? When they did that, man, they shut down states. If you lived in Illinois, you couldn't go to Indiana. Okay, because they were preparing for something big. That was a military action. Okay, that was a military action. And so now, all right, people are looking and say, what y'all lied, Now you're finding out that you were forced to do that thing, and it was lies. It was based off of lies and deception. The other countries are seeing this now, man. Other countries are seeing this. Let me get a scripture. Let me get this device. I gotta get ready. I'm gonna hit some scriptures real quick, cause I got to get it moving. Okay, this is Revelation 3:17. It says, "Because thou sayest, I am rich, and increased with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked." And that's America. Okay? These people are, they're making money right now. All right? They're making money right now. All right? Off of lying, off of being deceptive. They say this guy Fucci, all right, Fugazi. They say this guy Fugazi made billions. Okay, made billions. He didn't give a damn about people getting locked up. He made billions. Not him alone. Okay? Not him alone. Let me get another scripture. Okay, this is Isaiah 32:10. All right? And this is talking about the Israelite woman. But guess what? This is America as well. All right? America's the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, right? She thought she was beautiful, but she's wretched. All right? So it says, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. All right? For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. All right? And you know what's going to happen to the Israelite woman is going to happen, all right, to America and vice versa. All right? Because the Israelite woman is all, all up in the American way, the American dream. Okay? And so, this place is done, man. This place is done. But you got ignorant Jake, all right? The ignorant Jake among our people, man. They're pretty much holding this place up. They're holding this place up. The Christian churches, all right? The blackety blacks, all right? You think the blackety black, they want to hold this, they're holding this place up too. They just want to go get them a plot of land somewhere, okay? Like a lot of Israelite groups. Go and get them, go and buy them a plot of land here and there and, grow corn and popcorn all day. And that's it. No, man. Now we're still in the trenches. All right. Some of us. All right. We're still very much in the trenches. All right. Very much in the trenches. So, Lord willing, you were edified. Until next time, Shalom.